Fraunhofer is doing applied research, and 1/3 of our research money is contract research money direct from industry. So the research done within Fraunhofer is really close to the market. And this is the reason why a quota like this from Yasenov is quite interesting, where this public engagement is needed in order to test and contest the framing of the issues that experts are to resolve. Without such critical supervision, experts have often found themselves offering irrelevant advice or wrong or misguiding questions. I think this is a kind of illustration that the society should be integrated also in the definition of research and research themes. And René von Schomburg, he is member here of the Commission, started with this definition of responsible research and innovation, and I think this is really a wonderful definition. He defined it as a transparent, interactive process of which societal and innovators become mutually responsive to each other regarding the ethical acceptability, sustainability, and social desirability of the innovation process and the marketable products. Okay. So anyway, it's really an important part for the current research, and it's an integrated mission in Horizon 2020. And on the next slide, you can see the 6 keys which are forming the responsible research and innovation as it is done within the European Commission. And here is gender equality, one of the 6 keys. And Londa described in a wonderful way the influence and fundamental and basic research. And I would like to describe a method, perhaps a new method at the moment, how this can be brought also into the applied research, into this idea to transfer results of research to the market. And I think this is a possibility to address these 6 pillars of Horizon 2020. So on the one hand, excellent science, for no question, industrial leadership, and societal challenges, which should be the starting point for each kind of research. So one of these processes, with, I think, are quite helpful, is participation. And I would like to bring 2 definitions of participation here. Participation understood as inclusion, the degree of inclusion of individuals or groups in decision-making processes of higher level organizations or structures. So how to include societal groups or society in research decisions. And participation is individual or collective engagement in decision-making processes affecting the individual, social, economic, or political situation, own life choices, and health. This implies a general inclusion in social processes. So another definition of participation, and something really demanding when you think about to integrate this in the research and development process. And so the question is, how can we do something like this? And I would like to start with a theoretical framework, how to design user-directed innovation processes. And I would like to introduce 4 principles. So first, utilize knowledge, address public needs, and integrate end users. I think Nancy Cantor will bring the same tomorrow or later on. The second, optimize knowledge-based composition in the innovation process. Strategically select team members and participants. And here, I think there is an enormous chance to balancing the gender, to integrate also quite a lot of women. You don't have, at the moment, as we all know, in the research process itself, especially in the engineering fields, in the STEM fields. The third one is, and this I think is really important, choose egalitarian interaction formats and guide the communication. I really think that also laypersons are able to bring most relevant input into research, but they wouldn't bring it into when you really demand that everyone in this group is able to understand what each other is speaking about. So a scientist is bringing all his knowledge into, and laypersons may bring their daily knowledge into, but both is important. And when you want to have such egalitarian interaction formats, you have to provide structures and cultures, and you really have to find possibilities to include and enable all team members to be part of that group. So, what does something like this mean? The user group, we've heard about the energy problem in the morning already. We have men and women, and at the moment, every European survey brings the result that women aren't interested in technological innovation. And when you look for the development team, there are only a very small amount of women, and all of these teams, especially in industry, have learned that women aren't interested in technological innovation. On the other hand, women also answer they aren't addressed by technological innovation. And I think this is really a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you always do not address the needs of the women, they won't be interested in technological innovation. So when you want to integrate them, for example, in this energy consumption stories, then you should look for a chance, for a way to integrate their ideas before you start the research process. And this is the case when you have a group of, for example, men and women, or also a group women only or men only, who bring their ideas into the research and development process, and you have these two steps really separated. This should be possible also. You don't have to bring this together in the same person. And we have done something like this. We call this project Discover Market. This is over now since, last year. It was finished last year. And I will give you some results later on. It was exactly that idea. We started with this societal needs, for example, demographic change. You have ambient assisted living on the one hand for the elderly, and on the other hand, you have to look for good ways for childcare on the other side, another market. So this was our market description. And then we started really with prospective end users, and there it's a little bit different from the open innovation processes from industry, because it's prospective. You have to look far in the future and start with this ideation process, which is separated from the real development process, which then is really in the hand of the engineers. And later on, we go in direction of stakeholders, really in direction of business models. So this was Discover Markets, and I mentioned already the importance of the selected groups. I'm not convinced that it is possible to have societal groups, NGOs, or already formed groups which act more or less like lobbyists in the case of industry, who address politicians. I think in case of research, you really need groups, perhaps small groups, which aren't representative in case of the whole society in Germany or something like this, but groups who can give you an important input for your research goal. And we have here Contagan-affected people. This was a sleeping pill which was given to pregnant women. The children are now 50 years old, very short arms. And this is a group, they really can tell you everything about ambient assisted living. And we are working with this group. It's a wonderful collaboration, but you can be sure this group knows exactly what they want to have. And on the other hand, we have lots of engineers within Fraunhofer. They know exactly what kind of technology they would apply next, because it's their home science, and they would like to go on in that kind of research. So you have to find a good method to bring this together. And I would like to go even a step further, and this is a project we call Shaping Future. What's going on at the moment? We have this technology-driven science on the one hand, also knowledge-driven science on the one hand, and the industry which drives with the market pull. And when you bring this together and when you start a research process, then at a certain point, when the scientists are sure that this will work and the industry is sure that all patents are written, then there is a moment where the society is informed about this new technology. Then all the technology assessment, all the ethical aspect ideas are brought into, and the society can decide yes or no. But what would happen when the society is enabled to bring their wishes and needs in the future as an input into science? And I think this is possible too. You only have to find good methods and to find a mechanism to arrange this. What will happen? It's the development of a joint vision. And this is of interest for industry too. You can be sure about. We have run this project also last year, and quite a lot of people from industry are really interested to get that results. I would like to describe in a scheme how we did it. That's the process. We have some theoretical findings at the beginning, and then we have several workshops with laypersons, always concentrating the result with each step, and then at a final moment we bring the results in a transformed way to the scientists in a workshop. And what we get from these workshops with the laypersons are narrative objects, short descriptions, what people would like to have. These aren't already products or something like this. It's a description. And on the other hand, at the end of this workshop with specialists, we get a technological roadmap. So from this idea back to all the steps which have to be done in research processes before to reach their goals. So scientists had been really interested. You can be sure. These are my colleagues from Fraunhofer and also from the Technical University, and this is a quota from one person of one of our lay person workshops. And I'm really proud about this quota. I don't want to read, please read it by yourself. I think when people are interested in their future and think about future is something they can influence, that's great. That's really great. So I want to close. It's my last one. I think responsible research and innovation together with a change, with an innovation in the research and development process itself allows to address the 3 pillars of Horizon 2020. So this excellent research, industrial leadership, and the addressing societal challenges. And for me, the key drivers are this egalitarian interaction, so the modus that science and society communicate and work on equal terms. Then there is a need to correct the gender imbalance. Science with society is the key slogan here. And this ideation process shall be separated from research processes. I think this is a main key in changing this innovation process. And for this, you need specific tools and also a transformation of the results of the layperson workshops and also after the discussion with scientists and engineers. I promised to give you some results from our Discover Market project, which was over last year, end of 2030, and was a 3-year project. Within this time, we started 4 starts up, and we have several research projects which are much closer to the market than normally, also within Fraunhofer. And I'm absolutely sure that these projects for sure address societal needs because they were coming from this group. And now I want to thank you.